welcome to my channel. This is your daily tarot reading for Thursday the 27th of September. I'm using the Tarot of the Mystic Spiral for today's reading. I'm going to draw 3 cards and see what the cards want you to be aware of on this day and what you'll be working with. And these videos are for everyone who watches them. So it's for all signs of the zodiac, it's for people from all walks of life. If you are drawn to this video for whatever reason, then that has meaning. We've got the Magician, the Six of Swords, and the Wheel. We had the Wheel yesterday. So times are changing, things are changing. Changes in the air. First of all, the Magician, that's the first card of the major arcana. Then the Nine of Swords is really a troubling scene here. You can see the Nine of Swords, not happy times. And then the Wheel is always the changing of the seasons. Sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down. The universe maintains its balance, but the outside, the spokes are turning and the outside looks very twisted and different as a result of the Wheel doing its move. So first of all, the Magician is the first card of the major arcana, and he's holding the caduceus, this healing staff, up to the sky, and he's saying, universe, I need you to heal me. I'm trying to make myself as pure and innocent as possible, and I need you to heal me because I want to do something pure and do it on planet Earth. It's my passion, and also intuitively I've been told to do it. So I've got my cups, my swords, my rods, and my pentacles all here, and I've got the astrology symbols here as well. So the Magician is trying to divine the future in a way, but he's trying to do that to heal. So this is a magician who's not just trying to create for his own sake, but this is a humanitarian. If I had to give this card a star sign, I would give this Aquarius, because it's about being a humanitarian, teaching, learning, caring about what other people are going through, and using all the tools at your disposal and all your knowledge and all your ability to create to change that situation. And the Magician you can also think of as someone in your life who has a lot of clout, a lot of power. Like, think of Rupert Murdoch, for instance. If he wants to smear someone, he just needs to go to one of his channels, or if he wants to build someone up, he just can tell one of his newspapers or TV stations to say, make this person huge and give them airtime and create that reality, and like magic that will happen. So it's someone who has actual power to change things in the world. The Nine of Swords is worrying, and here it's more than worrying, it's actual conflict. We've got this poor woman here, we've got the last unicorn, it's been stabbed, we've got men there at their worst, fighting mode, armored, swords in hand, violence, fighting each other for the sake of some stupid cause. Some lord wants something, or some government has decided that their ideology is better than someone else's, and basically they've forgotten their humanity. As soon as you pick up a sword or a gun or whatever and you do harm to someone else or to another creature, you've forgotten your humanity. We are one. We're not divided, we're one. And when you stab one person, you're stabbing yourself. You kill part of your soul. So we've got, and also here, the last unicorn being killed and murdered. It's like the lack, it's a symbol, it's a metaphor for, because we've lost our humanity, there's no more magic in the world. But there is magic in the world, and we still do have our humanity. And this card represents that if we continue down a certain way, we're really going to destroy everything and just cause grief and pain, and there's no more beauty and no more healing. And we've got the Magician in direct contradiction to that. So you may see something today that really bothers you and you say, to hell with this, I'm going to do something about it. I'm not going to stand here. I'm going to be an activist and I'm going to put my career at risk and I'm going to say, hang on a minute, we're not doing this anymore. It could also mean that you simply stand up for the people, to the people in your office. So you have a weekly meeting and you're deciding something, and for the first time you actually speak up and you say what's bothering you. And you confront and communicate your concerns rather than being still. The Nine of Swords is usually someone who can't sleep, someone who's waking up in the middle of the night worried and is just gripped in the fear of that. That's a very personal and private thing. No one sees that. That's down to you, and that's a waste of your time. Here, we've got direct conflict. So expect a little bit more conflict when you start doing things. But what's interesting is that we have the Wheel of Fortune here, and the Wheel of Fortune, it's interesting. This is like a black hole. It turns and it pulls all of this energy in. I like the way they've done that. It's like, it almost looks like a drain. And the Wheel of Fortune is always changing it's a transition card, and it means that your fortunes are changing. And today, if you face the conflict, if you rely on your higher power to heal you and your wounds, you can either be her or the unicorn. You can heal yourself and you can get back on and you can escape the situation and heal and retain the magic of your life. And they can do their own thing. You can let them, they've got their own journeys to be on. But the only thing that needs to be done here is you don't go back and heal the unicorn and then fight everyone and kill everyone. That's the same thing as they would do. So you remove yourself from the situation and you heal. So today is about healing and confronting your foes or people who disagree with you or your enemies head on. By confronting your foes, that's really going to have a really strong effect on what the future looks like, because this wheel is kind of rolling forward and it's going to pull everything into it and throw it out into the universe. Ultimately, all our experiences here on planet Earth, whether we think they're from the devil or from God or the universe, ultimately it all comes back to the same thing, which means that the higher power or the balance of the universe is never disturbed. We can be disturbed, but the universe isn't. So you've got two sources of help here to confront the people or the ideas that are harming you in life. First, you've got the Caduceus and the Magician saying, I'm confident, I'm pure, I'm connected to a higher power, I'm doing this because I have to and because I've been told to. So you say, okay, I don't want to be in this position anymore. Or you say, this is my idea. I know the family won't like it, but I'm going to express it anyway because I want to and I have to. Or it could be, I am doing this job even though you don't want me to be educated. I don't care what you're saying. I don't care about the rules, for instance, that women aren't allowed to study, and I'm going to go to school like Malala Yousafzai. That's, you go against the grain. And then here you've got someone helping you as well, the universe, and its consistency is always with you. So regardless of what's being pulled in, whether it's blackness or hope or purity or whatever is going on at the moment, what you can rely on is that you're always moving forward in life, and at the end of the day that it's always going to balance. The checkbook of the universe is always balanced. So make this a day where you win. Not by fighting people, but just by standing in your own power and by refusing to let yourself be bullied and put down. Make your own way forward by yourself. The magician is the magician on his own. He doesn't have a team of apprentices around him. He's doing the magic himself. So do you today. It will change your future. It'll make things more positive, and trust in your feelings and your desires. 1 and 9 is 10, and 10 is 20. 20 reduces to 2 in numerology, and 2 is about cooperation, and it's about relationships. So the relationships with your higher power is going to give you the ability to heal and to, like if someone says something really awful to you, if you're trying to get a point across and someone says, well, thank you for sharing, Greg, but you've always been very, your ideas have always been known to be rather cuckoo and out there. And then the whole office laughs, for instance. And then I would sit there and say, well, I don't feel taken seriously at all. And that would hurt, but then I've got the magician on my side, so I've got the strength to heal that pain and to say, hang on a minute, thank you for the laughter, but I actually believe that this is serious, and if you had any consideration, I think you actually laughing at this is rather disrespectful. So to continue to stand up for yourself, even when under normal circumstances you'd fold, is going to have a positive impact on your future, because you've asserted yourself and you've learned how to do that, and every time you assert yourself, it becomes easier and easier and easier. A lot of people struggle with that. A lot of people were brought up to say, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. A lot of people were brought up with, oh, you can't complain if something is subpar. Like my dad always said, at a restaurant, don't ever send your food back because they'll spit in it. So I never complain at restaurants, but certainly you've got to speak up sometimes. Like if you're going to a hotel and you booked a nice sea view and you get put into like the cupboard somewhere, like, with no windows and like a tiny single bed, some people accept that. I don't belong to those people, but some people will just take that room and say, oh, I'm so sad that this didn't work out. Other people would go down to the reception and raise hell. So practice confronting the things that bother you today rather than just withering away, and draw on your strength. She's like the epitome of weakness, isn't she? She's like, oh, the only thing I can do is weep for you and be there for you in your sorrow. It seems so weak and defeatist. And she doesn't have to just say, oh, we're giving up, let's just mourn you while you're still living. She could get up, take that sword out if she listened to these other 2 cards, get back on the unicorn, gallop through the river, and outrun these easily. So it's a matter of perspective. Don't feel sorry for yourself. Stand up for yourself, be assertive, and learn and progress and grow spiritually on this day. So I hope you have a great day. It's really a strong one, so get your point across. If you have to present something that usually scares you half to death, today is the day to do it, because you're being supported here by the universe. Or if you have to make your own way in something, if you have to do something independently for the first time, today is the day to try that out, because it'll give you more confidence and higher levels of being able to assert yourself. There you go. So I hope you have a great day. If you would, and by the way, 2 also is a relationship. So by standing up for yourself, it may be that you meet someone, the wheel of fortune is turning, and through this conflict, you meet someone who's amazing, and a relationship starts. So 2 is always, 1's the loneliest number. 1 and 2 is a relationship. So that's also a potential today. So, even something that may seem very negative, love can come out of it. Who knows? We never know what's going to happen. So I hope you have a wonderful day. If you would like a private reading with me, please visit the website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the Readings tab to audio reading. Please remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel.